Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and safety and much blessings to the Yakim that's pushing this truth out of the four corners of the earth and all truth and sincerity and diligence. Shalom. And I just want to get into this topic of, us suffering right now. All right, because here we are, we in America, under the Edomites, okay, which is another captivity, which is the last captivity, which is, prophesied in the scriptures in the book of Lamentations. And I'll get it. This is Lamentations chapter 4. It's Lamentations 4 and 21, I believe. Okay, this is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, you Edomites, you so-called white people that dwellest in the lands of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of the iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit the iniquity of the daughters of Edom. He will soon discover thy sins." You see? So the Lord said he's gonna, after this captivity, after this captivity of the Edoms, because Edom is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Okay. So affliction shall not rise up a second time. Okay. So we're not going into captivity no more after that. So here in this captivity right now, we got to suffer. We got to suffer these things that we do, under the rulership of these devils, man. All right, car payments that you can barely keep up with because you'll get it when you'll get it at the time of you can afford it, right? But then he'll raise up the interest rates, or for certain situations where your job, going into car payments, your job, say you get laid off, or you got to pay child support, or, your rent is outrageous. Rent's going up, food going up, gas going up. Everything is going up, man. You got to suffer the fact that you got a wicked baby mamas, all right, or say, even you elect women. You got men that really just don't want to take care of their kids, because in the scriptures we're commanded to take care of our kids, okay? You got these devils ruling over you. We're made a mockery for what we believe in, all right? All these things that we suffer, man, all right? All these things that we suffer, all right? That's all part of the affliction. That's all part of the indignation of the Lord, and we must endure these things. All right, this is what we must endure. But in the midst of enduring and going through it, you gotta, I'm talking to myself too. We gotta display faith, man. We gotta display faith in every situation that we're put in, all right? Because it's easy to get sidetracked to try to take matters into your own hand, thinking that you can do something because you're dealing with what you see in front of your face. All right, but we must first understand that, hey, the Lord did this. The Lord is doing this. So we got to go to him about it, So this is, and it's easy. It's easy to say, hey, look, man, because the world is enticing. The world, it pushes out this vibration and energy of you only live once. Everybody's doing this and everybody's doing that. And it looks to the carnal man, to the non-spiritual man. The world looks like this where you want to be, man. You're like living carefree, right? Not worried about, the things that we're worried about. Because in this truth, man, you walk on eggshells in the outside of the Lord. Because you got to walk in fear every day. But I'd rather walk in fear than to walk like having no fear and offend the Lord. Okay? So this is Hebrews 11:24. It says, "By faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter." All right, so, look, the son of Pharaoh's daughter. All right, Pharaoh was a wealthy man, so his daughter was going to be taken care of. So, if she have a son, he going to be set. But he refused, right? That's like, It's like like today's, you got to sell your soul to get, the bag. But he refused to be called Pharaoh's daughter. All right. Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Okay. So that's like the man that's walking in fear of the Lord, choosing to go through these things, go through this hell, right? To go through this hell, to please the Lord, man. All right. That's pleasing in the eyesight of the Lord. Here it is. You rather suffer. You rather suffer the indignation of the Lord than to lighten the load to go, off into the world. Which, when you dealing in the spirit, ain't nothing in the world. It's nothing there. You're going to still have the same whack-ass car payments. You're going to still have the same nagging-ass baby mamas. You're going to still have the same problems that you have in this truth. It's just a simple fact that, hey, eventually the world will love its own. Right? Things will be easier for you, right? Because then you are going to be vibrating to the vibration, rocking out to the vibration of the world, man. So when you fall in frequency, when you falling in the same frequency of the world, all right, hey, the affliction, the sufferings that you partake in this truth is not so heavy on you in the world, man. Although Jake's still catching hell in the world, it's much more, it's worse when you in this truth because you understand what righteousness is. Okay? You see? So we all dealing with, the things that, you just like, oh man, just wicked. It just, that, hey brother, this is not of the Lord. This is not of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, but you must suffer these afflictions, man. Suffer these afflictions so you can obtain that crown, in the end, man. All right? Because it says in Romans, the 8th chapter, Romans 8 and I want to say 16. Romans 8 and 18. It says, for I reckon the sufferings of this present world, this present time, Salaki. Matter of fact, let's go into that word time. It says, kairos. It says, the Thayer's definition. It says, the Strong's definition, it says, an uncertain affinity, an occasion that is set or proper time, always opportunity, convenient due, season, due, short while, time, a while. The Thayer's definition, it says due measure, a measure of time, a large or smaller portion of time, right? A fixed indefinite time, a time when things is brought to a crisis, the decisive epoch waited for, right? So, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time, this season, right, is not worthy because we're not here forever. We're not here forever. But when you're going through it, it feel like forever. Because, you get your ass beat. You feel like you get your ass whooped for a long time. I know you remember that. Your mama used to tear your ass up or your daddy used to get at you. It feel like you're getting whooped for a long time. Feel like they didn't love you because of how they was busting your ass. But the Lord say he chastised whom he loveth. So it says, for I reckon that the suffering of this present time is not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So we must go through the suffering, man, to be joint heirs with Hamashiach. All right. So these sufferings that we're going to go through is going to be, what we call it, some BS, man. Okay. Right. Because sometimes Jake like, bro, for brothers just coming in this thing, like, man, hey, bro, I don't know if I signed up for this. Hey, man, shit, like I know, you better suck it up, man. Okay, and you can look, bro. You can still feel like you're in the spirit, but be distracted. You can be distracted. You can feel like you're in the spirit, but distracted. You can still, man. You got a lot of things going on, but man, that's when you must cleave to the Lord the most, man. So we got to suffer these things, man. Kids, you probably got brothers with kids that's, wicked, that's loving this world. All right, you got to suffer those things because a parent don't never. If you in the spirit, you as a man or or a woman, you don't want to see the plagues that's coming to the earth to befall your children. But hey, man, you have righteous men in the Bible with wicked sons, man. Okay, so we got to suffer these things, bro, because it's not our call. Our hell is tailor made for us. All right, this is James 1:2. It says, "Brethren, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall in diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience." Man, we're gonna be tried. We can't just go get the kingdom without going through the narrow, right? Narrow, meaning that these fiery trials, man, these difficult situations. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have a perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So we got to go through these things so we can have the sufficient amount of faith and endurance and strength to go through Jacob's trouble. Because you're not going to be equipped with your maximum amount of faith when Jacob's trouble start. No, in Jacob's trouble, you still going to be being increased in your faith, man. You see? So, but hey, look, we got to go through these things right now to be equipped, all right? Because we are soldiers in this thing, right? We're being what? Like you ever play the game, you get, hey, man, I got the side, the hip, the ankle gun, the hip gun, and it's just an analogy. You got your bullets, you got your armor, you got your vest, you got your goddamn night vision goggles. The Lord is equipping us, man, for the things that we need, to go through Jacob's trouble, man. And we gotta have faith, man. I listened to a brother last night, man, a brother from Des Moines, Yeshaya. That was a beautiful lesson, brother. It doesn't matter. You can talk all you want to talk, but if you ain't got no faith, that don't mean nothing. Okay? James 5:7, it says, "Dear brothers and sisters," right? "Be patient as you wait for the Lord's return." So within this suffering, bro, we got to wait for the Lord. So we can't rush prophecy. Prophecy must have its perfect work, right? We want these things to happen. We want America to be destroyed. We chant this bitch down every day. But we got to be patient and allow the Lord to do what he has to do, because when the Lord do this thing, it's going to be perfected. When the Lord destroy this place, it's going to be perfected. The way the prophecy is going to take place is going to be perfected. Okay? So look, it says, consider the farmers who patiently wait for the rain in the fall and the spring. They got to patiently wait, man. You got to wait. It is what it is, And eagerly look for the valuable harvest this is in the NLT too, Salakia. And eagerly look for the valuable harvest to ripen. You too must be patient. Take courage, for the coming of the Lord is near. All right? Our salvation is nearer than we believe, man. Okay? But this flesh, shit, we still got to wake up tomorrow, the day after that, man. But you never know what happens, man. You ain't going to, the Lord can have something, because this thing is already born. We see World War III. We see World War III is happening, man. We see that is on, the brink. The tension you can cut with a goddamn spoon. But if we seeing that, we know that the MOTB is near, man. Okay? Shit. You got race-wise, brewing. You got these Venezuelan gangs taking over these apartment complexes. You got Jake wanting to come together to so-called black gangs, right? Want to come together to, go against these Venezuelan gangs. You got civil war on the rise, man. You got wars and rumors of war, uproaring of the people, the collapse of a society, right here in our faces, man. So our salvation is near than we believe. So but in the midst of these things going on, we must suffer the indignation of the Lord, man, and allow him to do what he has to do. And you can't get impatient, bro. Because if you get impatient and fall back into the world or thinking that, you know what, like, because Jacob had that attitude, well, I know that the Lord coming, but, you know, I'm going to just do what I got to do right now, you know, and put the Lord on the back burner. You done went the hell off. You see? So you can't think like that, man. You know? You got to put on that, you know, that immortal clothing, bro. You got to put on that immortal garment, if you will, right? Because that's what it takes. That's what it takes to put on. You got to let go of the mortal thoughts, you know, these things that's plaguing you in the spirit. Because I'm telling you, Hakim, it be things that brothers go through. I myself personally, it's a lot of shit that brothers go through that we got to take that on the chin and not complain and still walk. Okay? 2 Ezra 2:43, it says 42, it says, I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than the rest. This is whenever, you know, after all the suffering, you know, we're gathered together into the marriage with Yahweh Shai, right? It says, a man of high stature, taller than the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto them, These be they that put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and who have confessed the name of the Most High. Now they are crowned and receive palms. So they have gotten the victory. Okay? They've gotten the victory. They put off the mortal and put on the immortal. To suffer in this thing, you got to put on the immortal garment. You got to know that, hey, this is what the Lord, this is what he tailor-made. This is what he put this in your life. Anything that's happening, bro, you know, because sometimes when the things happen, your flesh tries to rise up first, man. But then you have to be, you know, in the spirit to know, okay, the Lord doing this to me, man. The Lord doing this to me. So it's something that if you know, the bad things happen, of course, but it's always something that, you know, the Lord is, you know, is you know, displaying. Maybe something within you that the Lord wants you to look, hey, I don't like this about you. You know, you can be in situations that you feel like, man, what the hell? I know I XYZ, but it's still something that the Lord wants to show you and pull out of you or get you to see. Okay? You got to be listening. You got to be, you know, self-examining. All right? Now, every time something happens to you, it don't necessarily mean that, you did something wrong. Nah, man. It's just that the Lord, you know, molding you and shaping you, man. So within the midst of all of that, you still got to suffer. That's what it is. If you want to live godly, you got to suffer. All right? That's what it is. And that's what this thing is, man. We in captivity, man. Ain't nobody goes to jail and have a good time. You know? We in captivity. That's what this is. You know? So, brothers and sisters, you suffer for righteousness' sake, or you gonna suffer for wickedness' sake. Which one you want to do? You either gonna die for righteousness or you gonna die for wickedness. What you gonna do? You see, I'm gonna read that James again because that kind of hit home. This is James 5:7 in the NLT. Dear brothers and sisters, be patient as you wait for the Lord's return. And we're patiently waiting for the Lord's return. All right? Because we know once these plagues take their full effect, once that MOTB is implemented, you know, once these things that we prophesy about, right? These you know, like how I just did a video the other day about 6 billion people supposed to be deleted in goddamn 2025. Okay, you're gonna have these 15-minute cities, man, right? You have martial law, all of these things, man. This is the return of the Lord, man. Okay? Consider the farmers who patiently wait for the rain in the fall and the spring. They eagerly look for the valuable harvest to ripen. So they have patience, man. You know, not getting frustrated. Well, I ain't gonna lie. You will get frustrated. You're going to get frustrated, of course. All right. But you have to be in the spirit and understand that, hey, this is the workings and doings of the Lord. Eagerly look, and you cannot get frustrated to where you charging the Lord. The Lord will kill your ass, because you got to look at Job. Job didn't charge the Lord at all right? He took what he had. He took the indignation of the Lord on the chin. His woman wanted him to curse the Lord and die. They eagerly look for the valuable harvest to ripen. You too must be patient. Take courage, for the coming of the Lord is near. Shalom.